Today I just bring back with another video, and this video topic is going to be the stellar blade. As I already mentioned before in my previous videos that I'm going to be active on my channel and also going to upload back-to-back videos. I guess this is the result of it. So this stellar blade was considered as a PlayStation exclusive few years ago, but right now in recent like a previous year they just released this game. So in that case you can consider I'm just a bit late to the party. Now that's not the main thing. The main thing is that this game considered as a gooning game. Yes, gooning is a word which is very much of a popular in a gaming industry, especially if a certain game's characters are very much overly sexualized and somewhat catered towards the fan service people who really love this kind of things. Most of the times these games are become a slop and also crash grab for the people who are really love this kind of sexualized things. For this kind of game, who are the developer behind the name is the Shift Up. They have their previous project which is the Nika the Goddess of Victory. If you are a gacha gamer who also in the gacha community for a long time, then you might even heard this game name. This game is overly known for their gooning types of things where characters are very much of a sexualized, even borderline to the blue flames. I'm not going to say any other names because it might be totally age restricted to my videos according to the YouTube policy. But when it comes to the Nikkei, aside from the gooning attractives, this game does have good story and it is also following to their next project which is the Stellar Blade, and also it is kind of like a AAA game from them. So this both games does have their very much of a enriched story. If you just somehow let aside their gooning things, you might even enjoy the story what the actual developers are trying to enjoy. So in that case, all you have to do, just totally don't even follow any of those like a gooning stuff or the game is actually delivering to you. Yes, that's their signature move. So if they are somehow make the character model is very much of a not even lucrative what they are trying to do now, most of the people would not even try. So this is basically a word where you are just trying to find a gold but you are find a diamond. That kind of things is actually happening here. So in that case, if you are very much of a low testosterone people who cannot even just totally control yourself, you cannot even play this game with the two hand, you have to play this game with the one hand. You know what I'm trying to say here. So that's all for the yapping. I just totally yap totally unnecessary things which is not even related to this video. So without further ado, let's see the settings, what kind of settings I already used here. First of all, the display is going to be 1080p. Yes, this game does not even allow me to lower my resolution without just going to the window mode. So with having to a full screen mode, I have to play it with my native resolution which is a 1080p, and targeted frame rate always going for the 24 fps. Yes, you might not even get kind of like a 24 fps because your device is not even able to do that. Other than that, all the things are going to be low. Camera shake, you can just totally adjust it if you do have a kind of like a motion sickness. Other than that, motion blur can also be 0, but sometimes a motion blur can even handy if your game somehow getting a bit of a laggy things. Motion blur can even also help to reduce those things. Not even actually reduce, you can say it just totally hide those things from your eyes and somewhat looks your gameplay much more easier to understand. Okay, that's all for the display things. Let's move on to the graphics things. Yes, this is like another things where I just totally lower my all the graphics. Of course, my total configuration is not even able to let me further to increase my graphical settings, so I have to move it lower further than that. So let's move on to the resolution scaling. I just totally set it into a FSR 3, which is the best things that you could ever do. Without it, your gameplay is going to be very laggy and you might not even have the proper FPS. And of course, you are not from the Nvidia sector, so the settings are going to be locked behind it. And another thing is that AMD super resolution, of course, I'm going to be lower it to the highest one, which is the highest performance. If I don't even do that, getting a 10 fps would be a dream. And FSR sharpness, I thought if I just somehow increase it, my gameplay in a high performance would not even look that much of a choppy. I could even have maintained my graphical fidelity things, but as you can see that when I just somehow try to increase it, my performance drops so much that getting 30 fps also making a dream at the same time. FSR frame generation, that's the main thing where I am going to off it. Yes, most of the people would like to on it because they really love to see the fake things where you are getting a 30 fps but the game of the whole settings will let you see that you are getting a 60 fps, which is not even actually full 60 fps. Sometimes you might even feel laggy, sometimes you might even feel some kind of like a lower latency or lower response rate, which is actually very much of a bad thing because these games, aside from the gooning games, this game does kind of like have a soul steps of mechanics where you have to parry, you have to dodge, you have a kind of like a good hard amount of boss. So if you don't even have a good amount of a response of your key time, then I guess you might be the first one to fall victim of your boss fight. That's the main thing that you have to understand. Other than that, I am totally off these kind of settings. Without enabling it, I'm just getting a good amount of 30 or around like a 20 or most of the time lowest where the idea is demanding, I'm getting a 25 fps. So all the rest of the settings are totally low corresponding to the preset. So that's all for the settings. Let's move on to the gameplay. and see how is the gameplay is actually looking. As you can see, that characters, hair and also other things looks very choppy. Of course, man, this is kind of like a very high demanding game, and also the area is quite pretty much demanding. As you can see that the explosion one, it happens, it does not even go lower than 30 FPS, which is actually very interesting thing. And most of the characters that you are going to see here, of course, it is actually gooning things. Like the characters are very much oversaturated. Yes, some FPS I already mentioned before, it is going to be lower than 24 because the action even cannot even handle this kind of like a configuration partition. Okay. The parry things is actually very easy compared to the other games. Okay. There is kind of like another skills. Oh man. Aside from the gooning, the combat mechanics is not even that bad. What I thought it would be. The character model looks so good. They are so much beautiful.
It's first aid.
Okay, she just really give her one kind of like a serum. I don't know. I guess it is going to be really helpful to increase your HP bar. There's some kind of like a FPS hiccups here and there just because of the demanding areas. And I just forgot to. Okay, I gotta lock it. Okay, that's a good one. Let's kill this one. Oh, there's another special skill. This is throwing out of nowhere. Man, if you really love this kind of games, I would suggest you to play the Nika the Goddess of Victory. In that games, I am a day one player and I also do have all of the characters. I know how the story is actually working and also cope up with the recent stories. All I wanted to say is that Nika the Goddess of Victory, what kind of story they are actually delivering currently right now, that it is actually very much on the par level of a Genshin Impact, even on the par level of a Udari games.
Don't stop! Keep moving it!
Besides, it is actually interesting to see that in a midst, or you can say in a sea of the gooning games, we are getting a very enrich of a story.
That was close.
Without just jerking our meat.
This isn't looking good. Let's go.
Okay. Isaku! This is the boss, Mary. He's just holding a too big watermelon.
Let's join them.
What a weird boss with them. Man, even the soldiers are looking so hot. First of all, the main thing is that I cannot even skip the cutscene. Even other PS exclusive game can even let me do that, but in this one, they are not letting me to have it. Okay. Is there any option are going to be pop up there for skipping the cutscenes? Nope. Okay. The characters are grieving for their comrades, or you can say the fallen comrades. Even to their death, they are also showing their butt. Butt must be protected. Eve. Buckle up. Man, this is my first time seeing in a battlefield you have to wear this kind of like revealing clothes. Is it going to lucrative for your enemies, or
understand?
Is it actually let you move much more flexibly? That's it. Man, their booty is so good. Why it did not even block the attack? Perfectly, but somehow we didn't even do it second time perfectly at the same time. I just click right at the same time, but damn! What? Look at this fan service. But aside from the fan service, combat and also the other QTA moment is actually good. Not gonna lie in that part.
The damage to the
Okay,
body frame is serious.
what kind of damage they are actually talking here right now?
We have to find the
I
supply
haven't
camp.
even seen her bleed at once. Aside from the main character, which is Eve, I really want to
are
play
you
this
alright?
card. As you can see that through my screen. I guess she does have the much more cooler attack compared to our main MC. The boss is already appeared. Some of the guard are going to be die or pull off to make our main MC to find a goal. Okay, damn. Their design is not even that bad. Ooh. Shit. Do we have to fight again? Or is the game will letting me to play with her right now? Please do that.
Here, friend.
I really want to
It's me
play
you
with her.
want.
What is me you want? I guess this character are going to die.
No!
Damn! Her arms just cut off! Ooh! What did I mention, man? Our main MC
Eve,
really need a
get out of here.
goal to buckle up. And I guess this is it. This is the game. Stellar Blade. What a corny way to introduce a game. I guess that's all for this video. If you like it, leave a like and tell me your experience about this game on your devices and also how much FPS you are getting from this game. And see you on the next video. Peace.